Before we get into tonight's story, I need you to think about this. What if the scariest thing you could do, ... What if one joke, one post, one viral prank could wake something ancient, ... and invite it into your home? This isn't just a story, it's a warning. Drop a comment telling us what you would do if your house grew a new door overnight, and hit subscribe so you never miss what comes crawling out of the dark. If you're into unsettling tales that twist reality and drag you deeper with every second, make sure you like this video. Tonight's story is called Harvestman's House, and trust me, he's already heard your voice. They say if you laugh at the Harvestman, the house remembers your voice. I didn't believe it, I laughed anyway. All I know is I opened the wrong door. The house hasn't stopped growing since. And now, I don't know if I'm alive, dead, or some terrible joke still unfolding in the dark. My name is Eli Morgan. I was 16 when the story found me. I was a loudmouth, a class clown, a digital daredevil. Give me a camera, a prank idea, and 10 seconds of Wi-Fi, and I'd turn it into 1,000 likes before dinner. So she sent me to live with her father, deep in the Appalachian backwoods. Her exact words were, "I thought I was smart, thought the world was mine to mock." The porch leaned like it was praying, the windows never blinked, and the trees around it grew too close, too quiet, like they knew something I didn't. I uploaded it with a location tag and added the hashtag #HARVESTMAN challenge. Then I got exiled. Perfect for the algorithm. I got 60,000 likes in 6 hours, and exactly one comment from an anonymous user. After my final stunt rewiring the school intercom to play a remix of the principal snoring during the graduation ceremony, my mom lost what little faith she had left in me. You want to be go smart off to someone who buried 5 brothers before he was your age. Another in the hallway where the family photos hung like fading ghosts, each one carved with a symbol, a circle with 7 legs etched through the center, like a spider trying to be a clock. So I landed in Red Hollow. Population, goats, ghosts, and one scowling grandfather who lived in a house older than gravity. The first night, I found an old corkboard nailed to the barn. On it, between faded missing pet flyers and hand-scrawled snake warnings, was a sheet of notebook paper. Don't mock the Harvestman. The house is always listening. So of course, I mocked it. But you didn't just call him, you invited him in. Took a selfie with the sign, put on a creepy filter with extra long spider legs, and captioned it, "Come get me, Harvest Daddy." It went viral overnight, and if you see him, if he shows you his smile, you aim for the throat. He's always got one. Even if it's not where it should be. Pulled out a long iron nail wrapped in red twine. People thought it was hilarious. Creepy. He's in the walls. No, you fed him. At first it was just weird noises. Creaks, thumps, skittering sounds behind the drywall. Then doors started appearing. One by the pantry that wasn't there before. I asked my grandfather about them. No one cried. My coffin was empty. In its place was a giant iPhone playing my viral video on loop. Even my mother, until I saw the cashier hanging from the ceiling by invisible threads, grinning so wide his cheeks split open like fruit. He pointed to the security screen behind him, and from the seam above, a leg uncoiled long, thin, jointed too many times, breathing, restless. And I looked toward the door in the dream, and the sleeping me opened its eyes. The air inside it felt wet. The light flickered like a dying memory. Legs as thin as breath, tapping the ceiling in a rhythm older than sound. And along one wall were 7 doors each, one taller than the last, each one humming like a throat clearing itself in the dark. One showed me drowning in my own laughter, suffocating on giggles that wouldn't stop. Another filled with identical versions of me tearing chunks from my body and swallowing them like communion. He looked up from his chipped mug of black chicory and stared at me like I was already halfway gone. "You posted it, didn't you?" I played dumb. He didn't blink. My memories twisted. My hands looked wrong. I could hear versions of myself screaming behind walls that had no seams. "I told your mother this house wasn't ready for your kind of foolishness." He stood up and walked to the rusted drawer in the corner. "Take it. Keep it on you. If the house turns, you run." I rolled my eyes, laughed, even, but I pocketed the nail. The next morning, my closet didn't lead to my room. So many voices. So many deaths. I was nothing but a whisper. Now I am echo, broadcast, myth reborn. It led to a hallway I'd never seen before. On the first door was a carving. Me, smiling, phone in hand. I opened it. His body was half human, legs curled into the rafters. Inside were more mouths. Each one smiling, each one chewing, His face was smooth as candle wax, save for a long, smiling mouth where his eyes should be. Inside was a gas station. Familiar. Almost normal. It showed me strapped to a chair, face peeled off, eyes still blinking, as digital flies swarmed to the raw skin. I slammed the door shut. Back in the hallway, the next door pulsed. Second, carving. Me. Screaming. Inside. I was at my own funeral. Third door, me asleep, but when I stepped in, I was watching myself in bed. "You're the echo," it said. "I'm the real one now," whispered through a smile that curled around the back of his head. The hallway stretched behind me. The ceiling cracked, groaning like ribs, pulling apart. The Harvestman had arrived. He didn't scream. He didn't chase. He waited. I ran, door to door, room to room, each one worse than the last. Every version of me had a different death. Every death had a lesson, and every lesson pointed to the same truth. The prank wasn't a joke. It was bait. The Harvestman doesn't chase prey. He grows it. Somewhere between the fifth and sixth doors, I stopped being sure which version of me was real. Finally, I found a staircase. Spiral. Carved from roots and teeth. I descended for what felt like days. At the bottom was the heart room. And now I'll be the version the world remembers. It pulsed. The floor breathed. And in the center sat the Harvestman on a throne made of rotted posts and broken phones. He held my phone. "You brought them to me," he said. He lifted the phone, played the audio clip from my video. "Come get me, Harvest Daddy." The sound echoed through the room like a church bell made of static. "You made me funny. Made me desirable. You gave me a shape." He opened his mouth wider. "I only needed one thing more," he whispered. "A willing host." He stepped forward. I raised the nail. He paused. The title read, "I Survived the Harvestman Challenge." "You think you're the first?" he asked. He snapped his fingers. Behind him, doors, open dozens, hundreds, each one spilling out copies of me, smiling, crying, laughing, bleeding. "You think this house grew for you? You think this is your punishment?" Static whispering names at night. He leaned down. "This house is your audition." I drove the nail into his throat. It passed through him like mist. He didn't stop smiling. But something did change. The other versions of me froze, looked up, and began to speak in unison. "You gave him your name," they said. "You gave him your face." They surrounded me, held me down. "Congratulations. That means the house didn't take you." And the Harvestman began to peel. His outer skin sloughed off like dead bark. Underneath wasn't bone. It was me. My face. My body. My smile. Stretched too wide. "If you ever hear the house breathing, don't laugh. You made me," he said. I screamed. The walls screamed with me. And then, darkness. When I woke up, I was back in my room. The real one. The closet door was gone. The hallway was gone. But the house still breathed. My phone buzzed. New video upload complete. The thumbnail was my face, smiling. I'd never posted it. I never filmed that video. But it was already viral, already spreading. That was 3 months ago. Since then, there have been reports. Kids disappearing in the woods. Houses adding rooms that weren't there. His name is growing again. And I don't think I came back alone. Sometimes I see someone in the mirror who moves just a beat too slow. Sometimes I smile, and it doesn't stop. Sometimes I laugh and, I swear I hear him laughing with me. So if you're watching this, if your screen flickers, if a new door appears in your house where there wasn't one before, don't open it. Don't laugh. Don't say his name. Because the house is listening. And the Harvestman is always hungry. If you're still here, but before you go, ask yourself how many doors are in your home. And are you sure they've always been there? If this story sent a chill down your spine, make sure to like the video. Leave a comment telling us what your version of the Harvestman would look like. And subscribe for more stories that don't just scare you, they stay with you. Thanks for watching.